Alex Pereira is smashing through the UFC, but as of yesterday, a female TikTok user named Meredith Brown claims that he smashed through her non-consensually. She said that Alex Pereira had allegedly touched her and claims that it was all allegedly set up through his translator friend, Melvin Alexander Jovel, or in this story, he goes by Mel. It begins with Meredith claiming that her friend and Instagram user, Jessie Mofo, was talking to Melvin, setting up a date between the two when Alex Pereira asked Melvin to ask Jessie if she had a friend for him as well, to which Jessie obliged and set up the date between Meredith Brown and Alex Pereira, where the alleged assault happened just days later.
We go to New Jersey. Mel hits up my friend, invites us both to a private training at a gym called Cruise MMA, where Alex is training. We're the only women in there except for this older woman who's married to one of the people that's also sparring. My friend spars with him. I videotape the whole time and I'm sitting down watching. Him and Mel take me and my friend outside of the gym that we were in after the training session. He comes on to me, goes behind me, looks at my and approves to his translator, which is also disgusting now that I know what his intent was, like I was cattle or something. He tries to kiss me outside of Cruise MMA gym. I grab his face and I push him away. I will try to find security footage from a building around it if possible.
Meredith's claims to be at the gym with Alex Pereira, Jessie, and Melvin seem to be true, with pictures surfacing of Jessie with Alex on the day this allegedly happened. And the two of them were at the event, as pictures from both Meredith and Jessie's Instagram stories show them at UFC 302, with pretty good seats to say the least. This still doesn't make Poatan guilty. We would still need confirmation of the alleged forced kiss outside of his gym from security footage. In fact, we should look at a blatant lie she has already been caught in. Meredith claims that she never asked Alex for a picture, and she didn't even know who the man was, and instead, he asked her for the picture.
Just to be clear also, that picture that I posted where everyone is saying that it looks like I'm a fan that asked him to take a picture with me, I did not ask for that picture. I asked for no pictures. I didn't know who this man was. My friend asked for pictures with him after asking me to record her sparring with him, and then he asked on everyone that I know and love's life. He asked for pictures with me. I did not ask for those pictures. He asked his assistant to ask my friend after he asked to take the pictures. He asked his assistant to ask my friend to have me send the pictures to her, and then she sends it to my assistant because he wanted the pictures, because it was probably a trophy for him. I did not ask for those pictures.
This claim alone is ridiculous. Why would Alex want a picture with her? On top of that, text messages prove that she knew about getting with Alex before they went to the gym, where she claimed that he asked for the picture. On May 29th, Melvin asks Jessie if she has a friend for Alex, and on June 1st, the two girls go train with them. Jessie and Meredith obviously talked about who Alex was and that she needed a friend for him. So this statement from her is even more ridiculous with the proof that's being released. To further prove the point, on her Instagram, she posted footage of herself at the Sean O'Malley vs. Chito Vera fight, claiming that she will show her cherries if Sean wins, and she's clearly in attendance at UFC 299. Meanwhile, the event this allegedly happened at is UFC 302, which shows that she does in fact follow the UFC. And this is a blatant lie. Anyone who is going to hang out with a famous person your friend knows would Google Alex Pereira and know exactly who he is, especially if you have attended any UFC event in the past. But anyways, back to the story. Meredith goes on to claim that Alex and Melvin took the two of them to UFC 302, where they attended the event, and after they went to the hotel and met up with Alex and Melvin. And that's when Alex allegedly forced himself on Meredith.
Basically, his assistant sends us an Uber to where we are after the UFC fight and brings us back to the Courtyard Marriott, where we were supposed to be waiting for Alex to get back from an interview, I think he said. And then we were gonna go out. He was talking about going to strip clubs and like having a fun night while we were all in New Jersey, New York for the weekend. At this point, I think it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. Eventually, Alex comes to the hotel room after the interview that he was at, and he says that he doesn't want to go out. He wants to enjoy the time that he has with the people he's with. Some bull like that. And then he takes off his clothes, gets into bed, orders food, and then is trying to get me to get into bed with him. My friend and me and the translator are all sitting on the couch, and he's just sitting in bed staring at me and telling his translator to tell me things and trying to convince me to get into bed with him. I eventually get into bed with him because I was naive, I guess. I didn't think that anything was gonna happen. My friend was there, so was the assistant. I thought I was gonna be fine. He starts touching me repeatedly. I keep pushing him off. I keep pushing his hand off.
Meredith released a video with proof of the whole conversation with Melvin and Jesse, proving that the two of them were trying to meet up with Alex the whole night. She even showed proof of the Uber that Melvin had bought for the two of them to meet up at the hotel. The end of the video shows messages between Meredith and someone that we believe is Jesse, saying, "I feel like every morning I wake up, I feel and it's more clear to me that they manipulated us and used us and us. I've been disassociated ever since I left that hotel, LMFAO. They knew older women wouldn't put up with that ish, so they prey on us low-key. I can't tell who's a bigger piece of ish. Mel for pretending to be a safe person for us and acting like a very easy person to open up to, or Alex for telling him to do that and then and not thinking twice about it." While these accusations are being taken seriously by us, we have to point out the few flaws we could find in the story. Another thing we'd like to point out is that Meredith claims that after the incident happened, Alex went to shower while she stayed in bed. But what she says next doesn't make sense. Let's take a listen.
Afterwards, he got up, he took a shower. I laid in bed, just kind of like disassociated, not even really like realizing what had just happened. I'm scared as and I don't know if I can use the shower, and I'm scared to ask him. So I just go to the bathroom and I sit on the toilet for a few minutes while I literally bleed. I come back to bed after going to the bathroom. He kisses me on the forehead and he spoons me to sleep. His translator and my friend came in the next morning, woke us up. I get dressed, they get us an Uber. We go back to our hotel, pack up our stuff, and that's it.
So she claims that after Alex showered, she sat on the toilet, then came back to bed with Alex where he kissed her on the forehead and they slept together. Why would you go back to sleep with someone who just assaulted? She even says that Melvin got her and Jesse an Uber back to their hotel in the morning where they got their belongings. But then again, we don't want to speculate too much as this story is still developing. But we do have to ask you guys, what do you think about this situation? Some of the MMA community reacted to these allegations by saying, what are the odds they had consensual and he didn't contact her afterwards, so she's trying to get her revenge. If she's telling the truth, then I hope she gets justice. But one thing I know is the scam and lawsuit culture in New Jersey is crazy, so I immediately thought this was some trying to get a come up. Over the last 15 years, I've been reading body language as part of my job. She comes across as very animated and rehearsed. Although reading body language is only a tool, it's not 100%. She should take him to court. If she's lying, she should get at least 10 years in jail. If she really got, why didn't she go to the police? Why TikTok? It's ridiculous how women run to social media instead of the authorities when they are victims of crime. Her need for attention on social media overrides putting a criminal in jail. Let's face the truth, this was consensual. You just feel regret now and want to bring him down in the process. This is a clear clout grab.